Hey everybody, welcome to Around the Twist, episode 325. It's April 2nd, 2018. Happy Easter to those of you who celebrate. Happy Passover to those that celebrate that. Otherwise, happy spring, everybody. I'm sorry I took last week off. I don't know what it was. I couldn't do it for whatever reason. I just didn't feel like sitting down and recording. I had every intention to, and I just couldn't get myself to that spot. So here we are, 2 weeks after the last show, which is up on YouTube. I am still 2 weeks later, still working on compressing it enough to get it up on iTunes. And I'm still working on episode 323, getting that compressed as well. I'm on the 7th, I think, compression of episode 324. So those of you that watch via iTunes, be patient. It's coming, I promise. Hopefully this show will be a little shorter so I won't have to compress it so many times. On that note, let's get to what's on my needles. Knitting show, right? Oh, Gabe, come here. Mommy needs your help. Because this one's not sleeping. So, listen very carefully. Put your listening ears on, okay?
Okay.
All right? Upstairs, in Mommy's bedroom, next to the wall under the window, there's a bag that's white. It's a fabric bag like this one, and it's white, and it has birdies on it. Mm-hmm. Can you find it for me and bring it down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go. Sometimes it's nice to have small ones. It's like having my own little minion. And then there's Daisy, who's entirely useless, except she smells better. Should we show them your haircut, Munchkin? Come on. Come here. Come here. Come on. I know you don't like to be picked up, but that's because you have a weird angle. Daisy got shaved. And she doesn't like being picked up. This is her put me down, mama. I hate you face. Here's her back. Oh. Okay. She smells so much better too. But what's on the needles? The first thing, riding around in my fat squirrel bag, companions bag, Doctor Who companions, is my Beck sweater. So this is Beck by Danny Sunshine. I'm doing the 40-inch size, 40-inch bust, excuse me, and knitting it up using, not organized, Rowan Felted Tweed DK. Focus. Colorway 173. It's not going to focus. Back there it'll focus. There we go. So this is a 50% merino, 25% alpaca, 25% viscose. It's got a lovely little halo on it from the alpaca. And it's got this fun yoke detail that the pattern tells you to do it in a contrasting color, but I saw a bunch of people's on Ravelry that was just like this, so it's just the texture, and I'm loving it. And it's got little bitty cable detail going throughout the garter section. So last week I was 10 inches from the underarm. This week, I'm 13. I'm about down to where my jeans start. I am at the second waist increase. I need to do a third waist increase, and then however long I want it before doing the, I just heard him slide down the basement stairs. You didn't find it?
No, I can't find it anyway.
You didn't look very hard. Did you go in Mommy and Daddy's room? It's in the room, in our room under the window, Gabe. Okay. It's a white bag. If he can't find it, I'll show it to you guys next week. And here we have another one. It's a Terra Monster. Hi.
Hi.
Did you have a good nap too?
Yep.
You need to go change your shirt.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Leave your basket down here. Go change your shirt, please. And your pants.
You have to take care of
Mom life. I'll take care of your eggs. Because she brought her Easter basket down, so Mom is taking care of the eggs. So anyway, I am about 13 inches from the underarm. So I got 3 inches done in the last 2 weeks, and most of that was done in the last day and a half. Because I'm a podcaster cheater. I'm a cheater. And I needed to get stuff done, so I don't know why it says it's 3 inches longer, because there's my marker. And that's only about 2 inches. So I don't know, either I measured wrong last week or I measured wrong this week. I need to move my progress marker up. So let's move that up so it's ready to go. Yay, he found it. I knew you'd find it. Thank you. Come here. Thank you. Mwah.
You're welcome.
Okay, go help Daddy with his game. We give him a controller that doesn't have batteries in it and let him play so he can control the bad guys. Yeah. Or he controls Daddy. So Daddy can beat the bad guys. That's it. So yeah, knitting this up, US 6, which is a 4.0 millimeter needle. And yeah, just did the second of the 3 waist increases. All of my decreases are done. And then I'll knit this out a little bit longer. I'm gonna get it maybe about down to here. I'm thinking maybe 4 or 5 more inches. Because I kind of want it to sit like, sorry. Kind of about where my t-shirt's sitting, kind of that low, like right at my hip crease. It's kind of where I like my shirts to sit, because then when you bend over, nothing shows in the back. Just me though. So, second thing is something new that I thought was going to be shown to you last week, so I didn't bother to put a progress marker in it. Riding around in my Stitched by Jessalou, let's see, make sure I'm doing this the right way. There you go. Stitched by Jessalou Jane hat bag. I love Jessalou's stuff. Jess, seriously, I shouldn't order more of your stuff, but I really, really want to. There's a really awesome dragon bag that the inside is flames. I want it so bad, but I'm being good. So the inside of this, so if you haven't seen Firefly, why are you watching me if you haven't seen Firefly? The Jane hat is iconic for the show Firefly. And the inside is kind of this splattered galaxy print that is gorgeous. And inside, riding around inside of that is the yarn that I showed you guys a couple weeks ago that we had, hubby helped me to wind up while we were on our little road trip. It is Socks That Rock Lightweight in a colorway that's exclusive to the Loopy U called Steampunk Sonata. So you can find the project page, my project page. The project is on there under Steampunk Sonata. I'm going to call them the Steampunk Sonata socks because it's an awesome name. Why mess with a good thing? So last week when I was supposed to record, I had cast on and I had finished the cuff. I was down to here. I had done 16 rows of 1x1 rib and 3 inches of cuff. So 4.5 inches. That's about where hubby likes his socks. And then I did a heel flap. So that was last week. So this week I've done a slip stitch heel flap. I've done the whole gusset. And hang on, let me rejigger the needle here so it can go this way. And I'm working my way out the foot, and I'm loving how this yarn is striping. It is awesome. Thin stripes. I'm doing a 64 stitch vanilla sock, just plain stockinette, obviously a slip stitch heel flap, top down on a US 1.5, a 2.5 millimeter needle, and it's just going whoosh. So same size that I did hubby's hunting socks out of this Field and Stream. Socks That Rock Lightweight that just happens to still be sitting on my desk, namely because I had to pull it out of this bag to put this stuff in. So riding around, we got some, don't come over here to put your clothes on.
Sure, just put them on there.
Put them on right there. Just sit down right there and put clean clothes on. You would have had a streaker. Mommy can't have a streaker in her show. Otherwise, I have to put a different rating on it, baby girl. And actually, we'd have to start over on the recording because I'm not putting that up on YouTube. So, anyway. So this sock has absolutely flown. It still, obviously, still has a ways to go. It's got these little blips every so often of this darker brown that pops up in the middle of the orange. That's not a stain or anything. That's just a speckle of dye that turned up. And yeah, I'm loving it. I don't know why the thin stripes just keep me, even though it's not meant to be a striping colorway necessarily, it just kind of keeps me going, and it's like, ooh, another stripe, ooh, another stripe, ooh, another stripe. Just keep going, and they're only about 2 to 3 rows wide, so it's zoom. I knit on it a lot during, oh, what did we just watch? Ant-Man last night, still working our way through the Marvel movies. She's struggling. Hang on, we're having pants issues. You got it, baby girl?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I should have recorded earlier. I should have. Oh well. So I'm halfway down the foot of sock number 1. So hopefully by next week, I'll have finished this sock. Although I'm gonna have to get my button gear on it if I want that to be the case, because I work this next weekend. So it's 3 days where I probably won't be touching it. I do have an FO. Actually, Tara, babe, when you get done there, can you go up and get me your My Little Pony blanket? Go quick, because Mama's going to start talking about it. So, I'm pretty practical when I'm doing gifts. So we're moving on. So this is like FO of the week that has to kind of do with pokey things, even though there was nothing pokey really involved with it. I'm very practical with gifts, or I try to be. Usually something people, like Christmas, we limited what we gave the kids to something they want, something they need, something to wear, and something to read. So 4 big gifts from us. So Easter, I didn't want to go all Pinterest mom and load the kids' baskets down with candy and whatever else. So run quick, quick like a bunny. You're going to hear pounding once she gets upstairs as she runs down the hall. Not as bad as her brother, but we'll see. So, there it is. So we took the kids over to Joann's, and they were having a fleece sale, and I had them pick out fleece that they wanted for new double fleece little tie blankets. So this was their Easter gift from us and from the Easter Bunny. We didn't get them a whole lot of candy. We kind of let them snack on some jelly beans here and there, but that's it. I'm not trying to be all wholesome mom, but they have enough stuff. But you always need more blankets. You got it, baby? Yeah. There you are. Thank you. So Gabe picked out Mickey, both sides. You okay?
Yep.
You just out of breath from running?
Yep.
You should have grabbed your glasses while you were up there too.
Oh, I left them back in the bathroom.
No, I think they're on the footstool, baby. On the footstool in the living room. I'm pretty sure that's where we left them.
No.
Oh, okay, just go find them. And Tara, of course, saw the pink of, let me get it the right way, My Little Pony. So she got My Little Pony, both sides. And I spent 2 days with a rotary cutter. I still have all my fingers. A rotary cutter and a cutting mat and a ruler on the floor of the kitchen, because that's the biggest spot I had to spread out 1.5 yards of fleece. And made them little tie blankets that they can use. I told them they can either have them in their rooms, or they can keep them down here or upstairs if we want to watch movies and they want to snuggle on the couch in the mornings. So far, they've kind of drug them everywhere, and they love them. Good job, Tara, baby. Do you want your blanket?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want it here, right down the stairs.
Okay, there you go. Go, baby. You can keep it down here if you want. Gavers, do you want your blanket? Or are you busy?
Blanket.
Blanket. So they love them. And they're very, very happy with them. Here you go. Wrap up. There you go. Nice and warm. So that's the other thing that I've done. I finished 2 tie blankets. Each took about, maybe including all the cutting and the tying, probably about 2 hours, maybe. So got those done. Various and sundry. Yeah, we're gonna go faster. Yay. So like I said, I'm working on compressing the previous 2 episodes, episode 323 and 324. 324 is on its last one, what will hopefully be its last one. It has to be less than a gig in file size to put up, and hang on, let me tell you. So when we started the first compression for the last episode, it was at 1.83 gigs, and now we are on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are in compression number 8. Compression number 7 left it at 1.01 gigabytes. So I'm working on it. It's slowly getting there. I don't know what kind of quality it's going to be, but it will be up. So let's do any questions. And let's do a couple since we're only at about 16 minutes. So from Have Knitting, who is Christy. Hi Karen, when you're knitting socks from 100% wool yarn, do you reinforce your heels or do you use a contrasting yarn? Thanks, Christy. The answer is neither. Socks are meant to be walked on, so I've only ever used like reinforcement yarn once, and that was for a pair of socks that I knit for my dad years ago. And it was out of just a plain gray, I think it was out of a Regia, if I remember right. I can't remember for sure. I got it from Hobby Lobby, that's all I remember. But like hubby socks, no, I don't. They're thick enough, cushy enough. It's 100% superwash merino. That's Socks That Rock. Yeah, 100% superwash merino. They don't even have nylon in them. And I don't know if maybe I'm not as hard on socks as some people. I also knit my socks at a fairly dense gauge. Like, they could practically, and they kind of do, stand on their own. There's not a whole lot of, let me see. Do I have a thing? No, of course I don't have a thing. Why would I have a thing when I need a thing? Tape measure. I'm also highly technical here. So I knit Socks That Rock lightweight for me. I don't want to get a solid surface rather than my leg to set this on. I get a little more accurate reading here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I actually get 9 stitches to the inch on Socks That Rock lightweight. I could knit it a little denser, but it still needs to have some stretch to get over the foot, so I'd have to go up in stitch count, and I really don't want to do that. So this works for me. It seems like the spot where my personal socks, especially for Socks That Rock, wears out is bottom of the heel. So there's the heel flap, kind of this area right here. And if I caught it soon enough, yeah, I could reinforce it, but I've got such a sock plethora, such a full sock drawer, that I honestly need it to just need some of them to go away. And there are some that will never die. They've kind of felted on the bottom. But Socks That Rock, I've got enough of it stashed back there that really I don't need to do that. So I don't put anything in them. I don't reinforce it. I don't, whether it's 100% wool or if it's a wool nylon blend, I don't. Personal experience. Obviously, your mileage may vary. Use whatever you deem necessary. The thing, too, I've found with that nylon reinforcing thread that you can get, it can actually cut your yarn. So I don't know how my dad's socks have held up. I should probably ask him about that sometime, but I'm sure he'd tell me if they died. I would hope he'd tell me if they died, but no. We'll see. One more. Mark that one. From KPAR62, who is Kathy. How do you go about figuring out how much longer / bigger to make your knits for your kids? Finding that happy place between loose but not swimming isn't always easy. It's not. Good thing is, kids, if their clothes are a little big and sloppy, it's okay. You just roll up cuffs and they look adorable. just knowing me, knowing that I usually add a couple inches onto the length of all my stuff, whether it's sleeves or what, I knit to the kid and try to add a couple inches to the body and a couple inches to the length of the sleeve from the point when I measure them, because prime example, Tara's Playful Stripes cardigan, her Disappointing Stripes cardigan that's over on my project page that I just finished in December. I started that a year and a half earlier. And if I hadn't sized it up, I would have been so disappointed because it wouldn't, even more disappointed because it wouldn't have fit her. And that's kind of my thing. If you're going off of sizes, like whether if they're a size 4 now, toddler, I start knitting for a size 6 just because I know I'm slow enough. I'm probably not going to finish it and have them wearing it within the season. It's going to be the next year. And then I figure we'll get that year and maybe the following fall out of it. Maybe. We'll see. So that's kind of my thing. Newborn stuff, while the wee little, if you're knitting for babies, while the wee little itty bitty newborn stuff is so cute in that 0 to 3 month, honestly, the baby's going to spit up on it. Even a minimum, if you're going to knit, I'd say knit them the cutesy little booties that are itty bitty that they can put on to bring them home from the hospital and in a little hat. That's adorable. But go for the 12-month size if you're knitting for someone who's just having a new baby, because by the time the mom is like honestly out of zombie mode from having a kid and being sleep deprived, that's about when they're going to realize, oh, I have that cute sweater from Auntie so-and-so, and pull it out and it's going to be too small for the kid if you knit any size smaller than a 1-year size, honestly. And 1-year size can stretch quite a bit. As you've seen with the twins, with Jessica, Show Me Your Knits, with those bunny and bear sweaters. Those were 1-year size, and come here, Tara, babe.
I want to tell them about my Easter basket.
You want to tell them about your Easter basket?
Yeah. This is my Easter basket, and it has a butterfly and 2 flowers on it, and it has a blue handle and a pink
back. No, I did not make this. I don't know where we got these. I think Grandma Vicky got that for you a few years ago. Yeah.
I love it.
Good. Okay. Why don't you go so Mommy can finish? So that's pretty much my key, is that number one, my kids are huge. So I try to knit start knitting at least 2 sizes bigger than the size they currently measure for. So hopefully by the time I finish it, it will actually fit. And then tack a couple extra inches on beyond that, because you can always roll up cuffs. And it doesn't matter if it's a little bit long on them. That's okay. So that's how I determine. And then one last thing, a very, very big thank you. When we got back from our road trip, I arrived home to a mystery package. And it was from the Fat Squirrel. And I was like, I haven't ordered anything from Fat Squirrel. What is going on? So the wonderful Eileen, Twisting Pearls, bought me a Fat Squirrel bag. Eileen, thank you so much. You didn't have to do that. And she said card came with it that said, from one fan of the Fat Squirrel to another, please enjoy this bag. Sending good thoughts and wishes to you, Eileen, Twisting Pearls. So this is what I sent Gabe up to retrieve. It is a gigantic
basket.
Fat Squirrel bag. It's kind of a basket. And it's got these wonderful birds on it, and nests and twigs, and it's beautiful and smells of lavender because there's a lavender sachet inside of it, and it came with everyone loves enamel pins lately, a Fat Squirrel pin, and the glare is terrible, but this is huge. This is huge compared to, hang on, let me get my companion's bag up here. So, things are flying everywhere. So this is my companion's bag. This is the other bag. Line them up at the bottom. It's a good 3 inches bigger. So Eileen, thank you. This is going to be used and well loved with something big because my sweater is starting to outgrow this one. So you'll see this one running around in a little bit. So thank you everyone, not just Eileen, but thank you all my viewers for everything you guys have done and everything I have put you through over the years, and that these ones have put you through over the years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And hopefully or keep going for many years more. So until next week, happy knitting.
Happy knitting.